Hello, friends. I never know if it's gonna do the thing on Facebook or not. Okay, on our team call last night, and I am live on Instagram as well, but I'm on our team page. On our team call last night, I kind of jokingly, but not jokingly, brought up that I've been kind of going through this money manifestation process, and that this embarrasses me a little bit, but it's part of the reason why I know that I need to talk about it, because it makes my face hot. Just saying these things out loud feels a little embarrassing almost, and yet it's why is that embarrassing? There are people with millions and millions and millions of followers on Instagram who all they talk about is money manifestation, and this is it's a thing, you know what I mean? And so even though it makes me feel very, very, very silly, because I don't actually I'm not I don't talk about woo-woo stuff. It's that's not my niche. It's not my brand. But at the same time, I didn't actually know any, and I still don't. So please, if you're an actual manifesting person, you know those things. I don't actually know those things. I'm a normal human who happens to identify with the thought process of manifestation. Okay. I identify with the thought process. That's what I'm telling myself. And so this kind of started actually really young, before I didn't know the word manifestation until 5 years ago. Yeah, about 5 years ago. I didn't actually know what that meant. I just knew that I could get the things that I want. And I can say that confidently. If I want something, I'm going to get it. Whether that is a tangible item, whether it is a car, whether it is a vacation, whether it is the fact that I wanted 3 boys. And I know, it sounds wild when I say it out loud. I knew I wanted to marry my husband well before he knew it. Anything in my life, I'm very, very confident that I can get the things that I want. And I just thought that's just kind of how life was. You work hard enough towards the things that you want and you get the things that you want. But it's not like that for most people. I just have this really strong conviction, which conviction is my word of the year, towards things that I want. I'm very sure. I'm very confident. And so because of that, because I'm so confident, I easily take the actions towards the things that I want in my life. Turns out, I don't know, I was born that way. And that is something that people call manifesting. I've always just called it hard work and strategy. But it's also considered manifestation. I don't know a whole lot about human design, but I am a manifester, right? Something like that, or a generator. I don't know. I shouldn't even talk about that. I don't know what I am. If anyone wants to figure it out, message me. Something to do with manifesting. I'm pretty sure. Anyway, so all of that being said, last night on my team call, I brought up the fact that I've been kind of tiptoeing into money manifestation again. The last time I did this was in around 2019. And then 2020 and 2021, 2022, my life went crazy. And then it's very interesting how I was so focused on this money manifestation process. And then I got the money. I got more than the money than I was looking for, and pulled back and was I it's gonna sound really stupid, but if you've ever gone from not having money to having money, and you're a person who's never had money, it was a little I don't know what to do with this money. And so even though I had been given money, okay, or I had earned money, I'd worked for money, whichever way you want to look at it, I suddenly had a lot of money and I was scared. And so now I had a negative energy towards money, because I had more money than I'd ever had before. I didn't know how to handle it. I didn't know how I would be perceived having that much money. And there was there was very little positivity around how much money I made in 2020 and 2021, especially, as you can imagine, the world is on fire, and suddenly I had 4x'd my income in 90 days. I had a lot of mixed emotions, that I was able to make so much money in a time where people were literally dying. There was a lot of mixed feelings going on in the moment. Okay. And so anyway, so as you can imagine, my energy towards money kind of shifted, because I was well, I wanted the money, but I didn't want there to be a pandemic, you know what I mean? And so it's I had a lot of the money came with more emotion than I was expecting. We think we're gonna get money and we're gonna be like, oh my gosh, it solves everything, I'm so happy. And it's like, there's a lot of emotion that can be wrapped up even with having what I consider to be a lot of money. So anyway, I don't make that type of money anymore. I'm back to a place, which is very interesting how life works. You're typically going to make the amount of money that you think that you deserve. Okay? You're going to make the amount of money that you think that you deserve. That's also part of manifestation. That's also part of life. However you want to look at it, you're probably going to make about as much money as you think that you deserve. And you can say, Morgan, I think I deserve way more than I'm making. And I'm going to say, I love you, but I don't believe you. Because if you truly, truly thought that you deserved to be making more, you would probably be interviewing for another job. You would probably be making some sort of change in your life to make sure that you were making more money. If you are stuck at a certain income, you probably believe that's how much you deserve. Okay, so again, I'm just saying that. So I am back I'm not back to where I was, but I'm back to where I'm comfortable. I am perfectly comfortable. I am making exactly to the T the amount of money that I need to pay my bills and live my life. Which is why I know that I'm actually stuck in like a mindset process versus a money process. Because in my line of work, it doesn't really make sense that I'm like making exactly how much I need to make unless I'm stopping myself and I'm the one blocking the money. And that might sound a little silly, but it all makes sense in my head. So anyway, so I'm going through this money process with myself. My husband doesn't even know I'm doing this. this is like all stuff that I'm doing on my own, just like while I'm in my office, I'm like working on stuff. He knows a little bit because I've been a little more like woo-woo, where like money flows to me, or I'm like, look, I found $20. So I'm making it pretty obvious, but I haven't actually talked to him about it. So anyway, I got some women on my team were interested in hearing about this. So that's kind of my journey. That's kind of my story. And then I just started really kind of focusing on this only about 2 weeks ago. And here's the crazy part. This is why I came up on the call. At this point, I'm at, this is going to sound very silly when I say it out loud. I'm at almost $900 of like unexpected money in the last 7 days. Like unexpected. Like I got a check in the mail from like I overpaid on my taxes. What? Like when? How? Why? That's weird. I got a $100 Amazon gift card in the mail from my insurance for, I guess, like, I don't know, like I won $100 from my insurance or something. I don't know. And so there's been like literally like $900 worth of extra money that has just like come to me in the last 7 days. And I'm like, one, it's weird. Two, it's 4 different payments. So it's like 100, 200, 300, 200 or something like that. 4 different payments. And I was like, maybe I need to talk about this. Because like, that's weird, you guys. That's weird. That's weird, right? Like, I think it's weird. Like, I'm a little giddy about it. Like, I'm a little excited. But it's weird. And so I was like, okay. If you guys want to talk about it, I'll talk about it. So I'm going to give you just like 3 steps for getting started. 3 like actual actionable tips. But then you can go to YouTube, you can go to Google. There's tons of gurus on Instagram. Okay. I follow all the manifestation people. I love them. Like I could never be like quite that woo woo, but like I love it. Honestly, I eat it up. I'm like, tell me what to do. Tell me what to think. Tell me what to feel. I will do all the things. So these are 3 of the things that I kind of like started with just like 2 weeks ago. This sounds very silly, but I'm like excited to talk to you guys about it. And if you want more information like that, let me know and I can share more. Okay, first thing, the very first thing that I did, this is the first step, was you have to like clean up your money. Okay, so that's a really weird way of putting it. But you have to like clean up the areas where you can receive money. Because if you're not ready to receive money, why should anyone give you money? So for example, your wallet or your purse. How many of you, your purse is stuffed full of random crap? Your wallet has 1 million receipts in it. It might have gift cards from 2 years ago that you didn't even know was in there. Anyone? Just me? Because I felt so called out when that was like the first step. I was like, oh, okay. I wasn't expecting it to be so hands-on, so tactical. And I was like, okay, I gotta go clean out my purse. But it's true. It's like, what if you find like money on the ground, what are you gonna do? Like shove it into your wallet? Like, that's ugly. Like, it doesn't like, it doesn't feel good. It like crinkles in there. Instead of like, imagine being able to put like a nice crisp bill in your wallet, because your wallet is nice and clean. And so going through and actually cleaning the spaces where you can accept money. So cleaning out your wallet, cleaning out your purse. For me, it also involved kind of going through my bank accounts and maybe rearranging a couple of things so that the money kind of made a little more sense. I have too many different accounts because I have like my business accounts and I have like my savings accounts and all of those things. So I kind of like shifted my money around to make it to where like if money flows to me or when money flows to me, I know where it's going to go. Like it's going to make a little more sense. So the first step is kind of looking at your money, looking at the areas where you collect money and kind of freeing it open. Again, it sounds very woo-woo, but kind of just making a clear path to the destination for the money. So where is your money going, and clearing up all of those paths, including quite literally cleaning out your purse, cleaning out maybe your car, all of those things, which I'm going to talk about that one in a second, actually. So making space for money to flow to you. Now the second one is, and I loved this one was very exciting for me. Second one is starting to look for money or noticing money. So like, I'm the person who passes, like if I see a penny on the ground, I'm just going to pass by it. Like it's a penny on the ground. What do I need a penny for? But in like manifestation, like if you're too good for a penny, why are they going to give you 100? If you're too good for a nickel, why are they going to give you 50? You know what I mean? And so the second step is starting to like kind of pay attention to money, finding money, picking up money, attaching like good energy to money. And so another thing for me is I have a lot of gift cards and I kind of just like toss them to the side. Like I get gift cards and I'm like, well, whatever, I don't need gift cards. And so again, right now, if you were to kind of look through your home and you were to maybe, like for me, if I pick up the couch, there's probably some quarters under there. My kids love gumballs. We have quarters. They're probably all over the house. Like if I played a game with my kids to find all the quarters all over my house, guess what? I would find some money. You can call that manifestation. You can call that strategy. You can call that like just having kids, whatever you want to call it. But I would go from, not having $3 to maybe having $3 worth of change that I wasn't expecting. And so starting to actually kind of pay attention to those little pieces of money that you find throughout your day. And there's actually, I'm going to show you this book at the end. But there's this book that I'm reading and she says to see how much money you can find in a day, like make it a challenge. Can you go for a walk outside and can you find, 5 pennies on the ground? Can you go through your old coats and find, like, sometimes I'll put on an old, like, every summer when I pull on my shorts for the first time, I will find at least $5. Like in my shorts. Like I will have taken like a $5 bill or a $10 bill, shoved it in my pocket, forgotten about it until the next summer. So can you find money? How much money can you find in a day? And when you start to look for money in a way that's fun, like it's meant to be fun, it's meant to have good energy attached to it. When you kind of make it like a game, okay? And that's a whole other thing. When you kind of make it like a game, right? Like how much money can I find? Then it's just like fun and it's silly and it's like a good energy to attach to this money manifestation process. Now, the last one, which is probably arguably the most important one to me in the beginner steps. This is just where I would start. And that is attaching good feelings to money. This one, again, all of this, people call it manifestation. It's also just science. Like we're emotional human beings. We have science going on. We have chemicals in our brains, all the things. And if you say you want money to pay your bills, but then you get your check, you pay your bills, and you feel even worse, that's not helping you find more money. Because your brain is actually going, well, when I get money, I feel worse. And it's because when you get the money and you make the payments, all you're thinking about how much isn't left at the end of the month, how much isn't left to buy your kids the things they want, how much isn't left to, buy a bigger house. You're thinking about how much isn't left, instead of, like, if you can start to find gratitude, and I know that's so typical, but if you can start to find gratitude in, I was able to pay this bill, I was able to buy these groceries, I was able to put a coat on my child this morning. And when you can start to attach those good feelings to money, then you actually want to go find more money. You want to, seek out more money, or, even just hope that money flows to you, whatever. Like, we can say all day long that we want more money, we want to make more money, but if we're only attaching negative feelings to money, then our brain is like, your subconscious is going, I don't think you really want money. Like, every time you get money, it makes you feel worse. So that doesn't make sense. And so if you can start to attach, even slowly, like small good feelings towards money, then I think you can start to actually like have a positive relationship with money. And so, that was supposed to be step 2, my bad. What was I gonna say? I think I wrote everything down that I wanted to say. That's it. I mean, all of it sounds crazy. Like, this is why I don't talk about it, because I don't like to sound crazy. But at the same time, like if it works, it works. And like, honestly, if you think like if I sound totally bonkers, like, you're probably not my people anyway, and that's fine. But it's like, what if it does work? You know what I mean? It's like, what if, it's okay. I tell myself I'm crazy all the time. I'll walk around my house and I'll be like, money flows to me. And my husband's just like, okay, Morgan, whatever. Money flows to me. Or I'll be like, I do this all the time. I'll be like, hardworking downlines flow to me. Or kind people flow to my inbox. Like, I say this stuff all the time. But anyway, so this is the book. This is the first book I ever read about money manifestation back in 2019. It's called Unleash Your Inner Money Babe, and it's all about learning. This is how crazy this is, you guys, okay? This book is about being able to manifest $1,000. $1,000, okay? I bought this book wanting to manifest $1,000, and if you know my life now, that is almost comical. Like, again, I am so grateful for my life. I have so much gratitude towards everything that's happened in the last 4 years. And if that doesn't tell you, like, that's your friend's book. Yeah, I've followed Catherine. For those of you that don't know, most of you probably follow her. But I've followed Catherine since she was in Beachbody. She was my like Beachbody coach when I like did Shakeology. And so that's a whole, I could do a whole story about her. But yeah, so she was like my Shakeology coach back in like 2015. And I watched her, just radically change her life. And I was like, at first I literally thought she'd just lost her mind. I was like, what are you talking about? Like, all of this sounds bananas. None of this makes sense. Like, you're supposed to just be selling me shakes. Like, I don't understand what's going on. And now, here we are almost 10 years later, and she's like a multi-millionaire, still teaching people how to manifest money. And so anyway, so if you guys don't follow her, I can put it in my stories, or I can tag her in this video or something. But this is her, I'm pretty sure this is her very first one, I think. From years ago. So anyway, Unleash Your Inner Money Babe, up-level your money mindset and manifest $1,000 in 21 days. So this is the very first one that I did. And then right now, I'm also doing her 10 questions to manifest something. I don't know. It's like a journaling thing. And so I was going to do that with you guys as well, but I thought I would just start with these 3 steps and not totally dive in. But if you want more, let me know. I can go through, kind of those 10 questions with you guys, maybe even as I do them. and we could talk about this more, but let me know if you're interested. Otherwise, I hope this is helpful in any sort of way to even get you started down this rabbit hole. It's a whole rabbit hole that you can go down. And yeah, I think if we can start to see money, I love how this is a whole other thing that she talks about. She talks about how like money just is. Money is not good. Money is not bad. It just is. And if you think about money circulating, money just circulates. That's all it does. So even if it's not in your hands right now, if you imagine money as something that just is and that it's circulating, it will circulate its way back to you. It will circulate to you. You just have to be open and you have to be ready for it and you have to be looking for it. And so if you're open for it, you're ready for it, and you're looking for it, then it can circulate back to you because again, it just is and it just does. And so anyway, so I love her. She's helped me immensely and she doesn't even know I exist. But she's helped me very much and I would highly recommend following her. And yeah, I will share more on this journey as well. Okay, bye guys.